Hey guys, it's me. Good morning, San Francisco. Gotta tell you, I'm kind of glad to be back to work. Happy Friday, everyone, and welcome back to Activism on the Fly. This is a place where we talk about becoming better allies, advocates, and activists. If you haven't met me before, please check out that welcome video to find out what this is all about. Being an activist can be a little hard sometimes. You have issues of ally fatigue, burnout, lack of motivation, despair, feeling like we're not making progress and nothing will ever get better. I am far from a perfect ally, advocate, or activist, but I'm working on it. If you want to see some of the specific struggles that I've been going through, check out that video called The Struggle is Real from a couple weeks ago,
where I talk about the ways that I worry I'm falling short, worry about burnout, and sort of the strategies that I'm using to mitigate these issues.
Today, I've got 4 super easy things for you to do this weekend to be a better activist. 4. They'll take up hardly any of your time. They're so easy, you can do them right now or as soon as this video is done. You can feel warm and fuzzy for the rest of your weekend knowing that you have contributed and done something good. Sound good? Okay, let's get into it. Okay, the first thing that you can do to be a better activist this weekend is show the F up for Breonna Taylor and her family. It's been over 150 days since Breonna Taylor was killed in her home, in her bed, in the middle of the night while police were executing a no-knock search warrant for an individual who was not Breonna Taylor nor her boyfriend, who did not live there and who was in fact in police custody already that day. So the easiest way to show up for Breonna Taylor, visit forbrianna.com. From this website, you can call, tweet, or email the Attorney General of Kentucky, Daniel Cameron, Greg Fisher, the mayor of Louisville, and Robert Schroeder, the interim police chief of Louisville. You can get in touch with all of them and demand that the officers responsible for Breonna Taylor's death are fired, arrested, and charged. One of the other cool features of forbrianna.com is this little one that looks like a calendar. You can set a reminder for yourself. So after you finish writing your emails today, set yourself a reminder to call their offices tomorrow or Monday. Set a reminder for yourself to tweet on Tuesday. Set a reminder for yourself to send another email out. The thing is, we just need constant and increasing pressure, and eventually I think that we can get some justice for Breonna Taylor. Forbrianna.com, check it out. Awesome resource, and get creative with your email titles and try using different forms like tweeting and calling. I hate talking on the phone too, but you know, it's for a good cause, so let's just do it. The next thing you can do is show up for Beirut. Everybody has heard about the explosion heard around the world that happened in Beirut, Lebanon last week. This was the largest non-nuclear explosion in history. More than 200 people were killed, countless others injured, and over 300,000 people became homeless because of this explosion. The kicker is that before this event happened, Lebanon was already undergoing complete economic collapse. Their inflation is through the roof. People are trying to barter for basic goods like bread and milk because the cost of them is too high. Their currency has lost 80% of its value since October. So families in Lebanon and families in Beirut were already suffering before this happened, which explains why there's protests and uprisings happening now as a result of this tragedy. Some of you might be thinking, we have so many problems in the US right now, how can you be looking outward to help other people? And let me say this with regards to activism. These are all questions of moral values and the kind of world that we want to live in. When people say, yeah, but what about this? It's not because you have to choose either or. It's because they want to distract you from the mission that you are on. So please keep that in mind anytime someone says this thing to you. What about this? What about this? Okay, because none of this is either or, and that is a myth and a fallacy used to distract you. Let's stay on target. What I'm going to do is I'm going to post an article from the New York Times outlining all different aid organizations that you can donate to help the people of Beirut. And some of these donations come in the form of food or drinking water. Some come in the form of blood donations. I donated to a local organization that was helping to house people temporarily during the COVID pandemic, and now they are refocusing their efforts on housing people who have become homeless as a result of this blast. 3 quick examples are the Red Cross Foundation de France and Impact Lebanon. I'll link to that New York Times piece, and I'll also put a whole bunch of separate links to different organizations where you can donate to make a difference for the people of Beirut who are really suffering right now. They could use your help. Every little bit counts, so just do what you can and feel good about doing that. The next thing you can do is show up for Kim Gardner, and really what I mean is show up for democracy. Who's Kim Gardner? Kim Gardner is a St. Louis Circuit Attorney. She is the first Black woman elected to this position, and she was just re-elected on August 4th to remain in her position. And she won by no slim margin. It was something like 20 points. So the people spoke, and they spoke loudly. Fast forward to this week. Republican legislators around the state of Missouri have taken it upon themselves to try to undermine her authority and power, and to even go so far as create an amendment that would allow the governor to fire her after she was elected by the people. Kim Gardner has been controversial in Missouri because she's an advocate for justice reform. Remember that couple that was waving their firearms at peaceful protesters back about a month ago? Kim Gardner is the attorney who decided to press charges against these people. And as you can imagine, that doesn't go over so well with everyone. So, Kim Gardner has a whole bunch of enemies, and they happen to be a lot of white men on the right. A Senate bill passed in Missouri on August 7th. Senator Bob Onder proposed an amendment to this bill that would allow the governor to fire any circuit attorney in the state that he deemed, let me actually just quote this.
The governor may remove any circuit attorney from the office to which the circuit attorney was elected or appointed for any crimes, misconduct, willful neglect of duty, corruption in office, or incompetency. The governor shall appoint and commission a successor to the removed officer.
Now, this is an elected office that we're talking about. This senator is proposing to remove an elected official against the will of the people in the city and just put someone new in based on one man's will. And if coming for her job directly wasn't enough, Governor of Missouri Mike Parson has now announced a proposal to allow the Attorney General of Missouri to step in and prosecute criminal cases like homicides in St. Louis. Now, this would be what I call a usurpment of authority. Kim Gardner never asked for assistance from the Attorney General, but nonetheless, the governor feels that maybe she'll need it. This is very fishy, very shady stuff, so please, if you care about democracy, read a little bit more about this issue. I'm going to post. Okay, this last thing is super, 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 super important. Please, please, please ensure that you are registered to vote. Make sure you apply to vote by mail. Get your absentee ballot if you need it. Please make sure all your ducks are in a row so that come November, you can do your civic duty and vote. If you're doing mail-in voting, if you're doing an absentee ballot, send your shit in early. I don't want your vote to not be counted. You're gonna take the time to vote. You gotta make it count, so send it nice and early. Let's not be victims of any shenanigans. I'm gonna go ahead and post a resource in the description where you can find out deadlines for registering to vote for mail-in voting and the process for absentee ballots. Go ahead, click that link. Please get this taken care of this weekend. The time is now. Get it done. That's all I got. Thanks for stopping by Activism on the Fly. Those are my 4 super quick and easy things that you can do this weekend. You can do them right now to be a better activist this weekend, to make a positive difference in our country and in the world. I hope you liked this video. If you did, just give it a thumbs up if you want. If you want to find more activism related content, if you're interested in finding out quick and easy ways that you can kind of be better and do better, click that subscribe if you want to hear the nitty gritty of struggles and successes and my quest to become a better ally, advocate, and activist, then follow along because I'll be struggling. With that being said, I think we're done here. Thanks for stopping by again. Get out there, do some good work, have yourself an awesome weekend, and we'll see you next time.